In war, mercy can be a weapon deadlier than steel. On July 4th, 1187, the Horns of Hattin, a volcanic hill under the blazing sun of the Holy Land, became the stage for a kingdom's darkest hour. The Crusader kingdom of Jerusalem, nearly a century old, was facing its ultimate test. Guy of Lusignan, the king, led an army of 20,000 men, clad in heavy plate armor, marching under the banner of the cross. Their mission was to relieve the besieged city of Tiberias. But waiting for them was Saladin, the Sultan of Egypt and Syria, a true master of the desert. He commanded a force of 30,000, a formidable army of light horse archers and Turkoman riders, all bound by his iron will. Saladin didn't choose to meet the Crusaders on open ground. That would have been a fool's errand. Instead, he employed the desert itself as his weapon. He burned the grass, poisoned the wells, and simply waited, letting thirst do his work for him. The Crusaders marched for a full day without a single drop of water. Their heavy armor became a mobile furnace, cooking them alive under the relentless sun. All the while, Saladin's riders hovered around them like vultures, a constant presence on the horizon, as their arrows fell like a ceaseless deadly rain. Night finally fell, but it brought no relief. The exhausted Crusaders made camp on the Horns of Hattin, still without water, their hope dwindling with every passing moment. As they tried to rest, Saladin gave his next order: set the dry brush surrounding their camp ablaze. Thick smoke choked the sky, and the heat intensified, turning their desperate encampment into a living hell on earth. When morning came, what was left of the Crusader army was half mad with thirst. Desperation drove them to charge downhill in complete disarray, straight into Saladin's perfectly laid trap. The battle that followed was shockingly brief. The mighty Crusader force was completely overwhelmed. The true cross, their most sacred relic, was captured. King Guy himself was taken prisoner. In a grim display of resolve, the Knights Templar and Hospitaller were executed to the last man. Only Raymond of Tripoli managed to escape the slaughter. In a single, catastrophic day, the entire Crusader army was annihilated. 3 months later, Jerusalem fell. When Saladin entered the holy city, he did so on foot, a gesture of humility. He spared the people and even freed the prisoners who could not afford to pay their own ransom. It's said that Christians wept in the streets, not from fear of their conqueror, but from the shock of his unexpected mercy. The news sent shockwaves across Europe, prompting the launch of the Third Crusade, but the Kingdom of Jerusalem would never truly recover from this blow. Tonight, we reflect on the ashes of Hattin, a place where one man, using strategy over brute force, broke an empire. The hard lesson was etched into the sands of the Holy Land that day. Arrogance dies of thirst far faster than men. Never march where your enemy controls the water, and never underestimate a leader who fights with patience. Saladin didn't win simply because his army was stronger. He won because he was smarter. He understood that the greatest victory, the greatest revenge, is sometimes mercy when none is expected. The Crusaders wanted a glorious battle of honor. Saladin gave them a brutal lesson in reality. Control the land, control the water, control the narrative, then wait. Victory will come to those who can endure. Hattin wasn't just a battle. It was the day the cross bowed to the crescent, and the world changed forever. Thanks for watching.